What's up, guys? Welcome to the Project 54 movement. It's your host, Steve Pedroza. And today we have some hot stuff coming, man. We have stay in the course. Stay in the course of your life, your business, marriage, being a father, and things you're going to be focusing on. So today I'm going to be hitting you with some hot items. One of the biggest things I start with on a day-to-day and even the night before is my daily task. Starting with my daily task of writing down what I have to do for the following day and prepping for that day. If I can manifest it on paper and manifest it in my head, it's going to happen, right? Even whatever hurdles that we do have in life and in business, by writing it down and speaking it out loud as well. You know, I think those are one of my biggest things. I started a thing maybe about like 6 months ago on my notes. I literally write down everything I do. I look at my calendar, I write down from when I wake up, I say thanks, I'm blessed that I wake up, I do my little water routine, I kind of get up and do what I got to do. And I always leave my house by kissing my family. That's one of my major things I have to do before I leave. And that starts my day, that starts my main focus of today's topic is staying the course. So that's just one piece of the puzzle. That little simple thing goes a long way. So just understand, guys, you want to try things out. You want to try things that is going to work for yourself. You writing things down might not work. You might want to just speak it out loud or just do it. For me, that's what I do. I know I heard it somewhere. I can't remember where, but a gentleman, I think it was on a podcast, it was talking about he had a list and that's the first thing he hit right when he woke up in the morning. It was his priority list, I believe, or something like that. And I heard that, and I was like, man, it's very similar to what I do, but it's in a different form. And that's fine. You want to be able to create the best thing that's going to work for your guys' self. I'm doing this that works for me, and sometimes I do change it up. It's not always the same. Sometimes it's different. Sometimes I don't do it, and I do it to kind of clear my mind for the following day. Like I just don't want to do anything. On the weekends, just kind of really soak in the day with my family, just kind of go with the flow. And that's fine to do those days, because I think some of those days I get really creative, because my mind is so programmed to do from 4 a.m. to 5 and then from 5 a.m. to 6 and so forth, right? So on those days, sometimes I do get in a complacent mode where I'm consistently doing the same thing over and over. And what I do, I throw out I'm going to do it today. I'm just going to go with the flow and change up my pattern, and I think it's a good offset for myself. I think that's one of the main things that we try to focus here on this side. So one of my other key things that I like to do is being mindfulness. I really focus on meditating. Meditating is a big thing, in focusing on my mind and focusing on what I'm doing in my mind. So I try to clear my mind every morning when I wake up. My head's already going. Our brains don't shut off. They're consistently going all day, night. All day long until the nighttime, until you go to bed. And even when you sleep, you dream, you do all this, so your mind's just going. So I try to get to a sense of peace and just kind of some happy thoughts to get me to a clear, even if it's 5 minutes, even if I could do 10 minutes of just complete silence. And at the same time, I'm a big advocate for breath work. Shout out to Dr. Shannon. It was life-changing, so I learned a lot from that. I just learned how to breathe. We do that every single day, but we just don't breathe correctly, and I'm blessed that I was able to have the opportunity to learn that. And, also, thanks to my boys, RBO, and just giving the opportunity and putting her in front of me. And I think that's a thing where we're so focused on all the external things. We have our phone, we have our laptops, we have everything in front of us that's all distractions. And I think that's one of the biggest things here. I just went to Montana literally 2 weeks ago. I was on a walk and we were just talking about this train that was going by. If you think about it, trains have been around for decades and decades. You have all this new technology, all this new stuff, but trains are still there. they didn't have no distractions. They went to work, they farmed, they had dinner, they socialized with their kids, they had all that stuff. And they were going to travel. They got on their carriage or their horses and they traveled, or they walked, or they jumped on the train. And they just, when they get to the next town, then they got to the next town, and what they did for money, they asked like literally a local neighbor, "Hey, can I help you with your farm? How can I help you with that?" And I think we have to bring that back. We got to bring that back. We got to be able to bring or slow things down and try to, everything that we do, like we driving, there's billboards, there's things that we're like literally like you get thousands and thousands of distractions. I'm not even talking about hundreds. You get thousands of distractions all day long. And just try to really put yourself in a state where, where it's clear. And I'm guilty of it too, man. I'm not, I'm on my phone, and I noticed the other day, like my screen time was down like 30%. And I was like, damn, what did I do different this week? Like, what did I do? I analyzed what I did, and I was literally just dialed in. I was dialed into my work. I was dialed into my family, and I use that data. You got to understand, you got to use that technology and the things that we do have as data. The iPhone is telling you you're up fucking 30% from last week, or you're up 50%. That's telling you that you're getting distracted. You're just scrolling and doing whatever you're doing. Time is valuable and time is precious, and we don't get it back. And I'm telling you guys right now, I'm not thinking, I'm telling you guys, you build your routine for you guys. Not for me, not for your neighbor, not for your wife, not for your kids. You build a fucking badass routine that's going to take you to that next level for you. Another big one. Of course, I'm about like 265 pure muscle. Nah, I'm just playing, guys. But no, yeah, I'm about 260. When it comes out to working out regularly, I feel good. And it's a good thing to be able to stay focused, right? You feel good when you get a good sweating, get a good pump in and things like that. And we tend to kind of put that in the back burner. It's a mindset, guys. It's a fucking mindset. I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning, and I've been grinding out all fucking day. And you could tell my voice, I have fucking plenty of energy. You're right. If you want to go fucking work out, we could go get it right now. I have no problem doing that. I have people that motivate me myself. My boy Trev, we were walking, and he goes, man, I get it. That fucking, my boy Trev is a beast, man. We have really deep conversations, and we have really good connection, me and that dude. My goal right now is these next couple months, I'm going to get in you're going to see the difference in me, from these first couple podcasts to some of the next couple ones. You're going to see, I'm going to be fucking doing this podcast shirt off pretty soon, because I know my boy Trev will. So we got to do that one. Actually, that'd be a pretty cool competition. See who's swoller on the mic with no shirt on, guys. But yeah, guys, just figure out what you guys need to do. That's something I'm still working on. I'm being honest with you guys. I'm not trying to, I'm just speaking from the heart, man. And I'm not going to tell you guys that I fucking work out 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week. I'm in the gym all day long. I eat fucking clean, blah, blah, blah. Like, I look pretty decent, but still, like, I'm not, where I need to be at. And if it's not your time, it's not your time. It's fucking fine. Don't let anyone tell you that it's not. It's your choice of what you want to do. Okay? Just make sure that you pull that trigger soon. You don't wait too long. This next one that I think it's a big task for me to stay on course, not just in business, but with my family, is doing something I enjoy doing. I enjoy being with my family. I do enjoy being at work. I love what I do. I love my family. I love that. But to stay on course and to be the best version of me, I got to do things that I love to do. And it's not selfish at all. I love playing sports. I do play like softball here and there, like on an adult league, things like that. I enjoy jiu-jitsu. I don't go as much as I should go, but I do love fucking getting smashed in the face. I love doing all that stuff. That's enjoyable to me. It's, I'm sorry that, it might be a little violent, but yeah, that's complete bliss. If I have a guy halfway hanging down my arm, he's going to break my arm. I'm fucking loving it. I love going on walks. I love going on drives by myself, and just in complete silence. It's an activity. I like doing it. I like just to think by myself. I like nature. Nature is a big thing, like going out. And I bought some new hiking boots the other day. When I was talking, I went to Montana. Montana is fucking beautiful. It's like literally like a painting. I went to Glacier Park, and it's unreal. And going out there hiking and in the water, and I really noticed, like, man, like I feel so good out here, And I think as people, like, going back to earlier, like, we have distractions and all this stuff, like, fucking go outside, walk around, enjoy the fresh air. Like, I know fucking out here in LA, we got a lot of smog, but fuck, it's something, and, but, go hiking, go outside with your kids, like, the other day I was, I had some fruit trees in my front yard, and my son loves going out there and picking them. I just literally went out there and just laid on my fake grass that I have. I have artificial turf, and we just hung out, and it felt so good to do that. I enjoy a lot of different tasks and a lot of different things, activities. So for you guys, whatever you guys like doing, like if it's tennis, hockey, badminton, I really don't give a shit what it is, and no one else needs to give a shit either. You have to give a shit. You have to understand that what you're doing is for you and no one else. Oh, your wife wants you to do this and that. No, that's what your wife wants you to do. Be respectful, but it's like, this is what I want to do. Yeah, I enjoy golfing. I really enjoy golfing by myself, to be honest. It's fucking cool. I'm literally by myself, golfing by myself in a nice-ass green golf course. Once again, being outside with nature and just enjoying that sun, that air. And I think that's what we're meant to be as humans, is outside. So yeah, guys, like, find out what makes you tick and what activities you guys like, and do them, man. And I think that's just another step to stay in the course. All right, guys, and one of these last things is, this was a big one, but you got to be really careful with this one. It's talking to your mentors. Okay. With all these different tasks that I do to stay the course of my life and business, fatherhood, marriage, being a good friend, a good colleague, all that. I like bouncing my ideas off of mentors. I have a good amount of mentors. And I did choose them wisely. Okay. There's a lot of people who have been around me for years and years and years. They're older than me. They could say they're more responsible than me, all that stuff. They could be your ideal mentor as far as, I'm going to say Johnny has, went to college, did this, got, bought a house, got married, did it traditionally, I guess. Yeah, that's who they say you want to be that wants to be your mentor. You know what? For me, to be honest, that won't fit for me. And that's fine. If that's going to fit for one of you guys, that is perfectly fine as well. I chose my mentors in all different types of levels. Okay, I remember one of my first mentors was actually a guy from the hood. It's kind of funny. Has tattoos and different things like that. And he was just a cool dude. He was very well respected, hold himself with a lot of respect and character. And I was like, man, this is really cool. And I always remember, like, having a nice car, he had a nice family. I was like, man, I want to do that one day. And I tell my wife that. I was like, man, I wonder what he does and what all that stuff like that. He worked a regular job. He wasn't a bad guy. He worked a regular job. He worked, I think it was like a mechanic or something. I remember as a kid. But I always looked at him as a little kid. I was like, he had a nice car. He had his family, a beautiful family. And when I got older, I got emotional, man. Like, because I didn't really even know the dude. You don't have to fucking know him. I think my boy Donnie, he was talking about Jocko. And a lot of things that he said resonated with him. And that was his mentor. I don't even think he met him. And you don't have to fucking meet the person. And that's perfectly fine. But if you resonate with somebody, that could be your mentor. A lot of things you could follow them or whatever, if it's social media, if it's somebody that you know from work, and they might not even know they're mentoring you. So everybody around here can be a mentor. But I picked a couple that I bounce ideas off of on business side, personal. One of my football coaches was a great mentor. Taught me a lot about hard work and dedication and never to give up. And but I think you just got to be careful with them. And I just because you become vulnerable around a lot of your mentors. You're right. You take down that little barrier that we all have in front of us so we don't get hurt, because we all have it, especially as men, and that women have it too. But we want to put out that barrier, but we have to be careful who our mentors are. Even if you know them for 20, 30 fucking plus years. That doesn't mean that you could let them into your soul and let them into your life like that. Being vulnerable is a fucking very, very risky task. To be vulnerable on somebody that's not going to fucking care about you. Okay, so you got to understand, be wise when you have your mentors. Talk to people, get ideas, right? But just don't knock down that wall right away and just like, oh, this is a cool guy. He has his shit together, blah, blah, blah. You know what, man? I'm sitting here in front of you right now, and I'm telling you, I still don't got all my shit together. And it's real. I'm being fucking 100% honest with you guys. I do my best. Some days are better than others. Some days I have good days as far as I have tons of wins. Some days I have tons of losses. Some days I'm not the best father. Some days I'm not the best husband. And when I do, and I circle back and I'm falling off I'm going off the wrong pathway, because I did that a lot as a fucking kid, I look to people and I look to my mentors and I look to people that could guide me back. And there's a lot, same for me. I'm a mentor to a lot of people. And I listen. I'm trying to be there for people. I'm listening to you guys right now. And anything I'm fucking saying right now, and I hope that resonates with somebody in here. If I could do that, at least to one out of, if 100 people watch this podcast, or 1,000 people, or a fucking million people, as long as I got one person, I'm fucking happy. If I got more, even better. But I think the biggest thing here is understanding that mentors are all around us. But we're listening to them. We're gravitating towards them because of what they're saying and what they're doing. And once we find a connection with somebody, and you're willing to knock down that wall that we have and become vulnerable with them, there's gonna be some limits that you guys are gonna reach that you fucking like, wow. That's why some of the best coaches in baseball, football, basketball, some of the best coaches out there, they see things that the players will never see. And what they're doing is they're analyzing the game. They're changing the play. Hey, he's slow right now. You need to speed up a little bit, and then you'll get him. We're noticing that point guard, he's tired. They haven't rotated him in. All right, so we're gonna do a screen. There's gonna be an open up three right there. So these coaches are what? Those are your mentors. You got to think about that. They're seeing things in your life. They're seeing you and where the life is around you. Steve, fucking focus. There's a lot of fucking jibber jabber around you. There's a lot of static. There's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of shit around you. And I'm not noticing that because I'm in the shit. And they're going to let me know, back the fuck up. And you guys got to understand that too. A good mentor is going to pick you up, not just at your highest highs, but they're going to fucking pick you up at your lowest lows. They're not going to kick you down and leave you fucking just chilling there. They're going to pick you up. And what they're going to do, they're not just going to pick you up. They're going to pick you up on top of their shoulders so you can see all the shit that you haven't been seeing. And then you're going to be like, oh, fuck. I got it. And they're going to set you back down on your feet. And then what are you going to do? You're going to go run with it. And you're going to go solve those problems and figure out those issues. That's a fucking mentor. All right, guys. So that kind of wraps up for today. But I want you guys to focus on creating you guys' own task for you that will create the best version for your guys' self. Not for me, not for your neighbor, not for your wife, not for your kids, for you. So I'm talking to every individual out there, male, female, even a kid. You know, you guys have to focus on creating that vision and creating the best version of yourself, guys. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys watching today. Stay tuned to the next episode. Catch you guys later.